In this quick tutorial, I'll show you how to write an algebraic expression without negative exponents. This is part 1. To write any algebraic expression without negative exponents, you have to use this handy trick, which tells us that if we have a term and it is being powered by a negative term, in our case negative a, you can take the reciprocal of the base, where you have 1 over x, and switch the sign of the negative exponent. In question 1, we have a times b to the power of negative 2 over c to the power of negative 3 times d. The way you would rewrite this without any negative exponents is, first of all, write the things down that haven't changed. A hasn't changed, but we know b and c will. B is currently at the top with the power of negative 2. That can be written at the bottom, positive 2 this time. C to the power of negative 3, that's already at the bottom, so it will actually go to the top where the power switches to positive. And finally, we have D, just like A, hasn't changed, so we'll just write it down where it was. Let's think about this for a moment. C to the power of 3 is the same thing as 1 over c to the power of negative 3. I noticed how c to the power of negative 3 was in the denominator position, so I pushed it up into the numerator. In question number 2, we have many numbers and letters being multiplied together. 3 times p times q times r and so on. This one is easier than the one before because there's no division. Wherever you see a term with a negative exponent, that ends up becoming the reciprocal with the positive exponent. For instance, this doesn't change, neither does this, neither does this. This, however, changes to 1 over r to the power of 4. That doesn't change. This does. This becomes 1 over p to the power of 5, and everything else stays the way it is. So let's rewrite everything that hasn't changed, and then place r to the power of 4 times p to the power of 5 underneath. 3 p to the power of 3, q to the power of 2. We're going to skip this. 4. We're going to skip this as well. Q, r to the power of 4. All over r to the power of 4, p to the power of 5. Now let's combine components in the numerator together. 3 times 4 is 12. The two q's here can be multiplied to the q. That gives us q to the power of 3, p to the power of 3, and r to the power of 4. All over r to the power of 4 at the bottom and p to the power of 5 at the bottom. The 4's will cancel out, and we have p to the power of 3 over p to the power of 5. Remember the laws of exponents. We will subtract the exponents, where we have 3 minus 5 is negative 2. 12 q to the power of 3, p to the power of negative 2, and once again we can switch this so that it looks like 12 q to the power of 3 over p to the power of 2. This expression right here is the simplified version of this one. There you have it. 2 examples on how to write an algebraic expression that contains negative exponents into one that does not.